I get a lot of the same questions. How do I get more mediumship? How do I blend? And I'll get to all of those in a minute. But what I want to say is, and I've said this before, some of you have heard me say this before, mediumship is not something we do for 8 minutes or 30 minutes when we sit down and decide we're going to do it. Right? Mediumship is something we are. It's something you are. What you have and what exists within your life is what the spirit world will use to communicate with their loved one. Right? So some of you have heard me tell the story before. There was an Irish medium called Albert Best, and he would stand up and he would give out every single person, every single contact he made, he could give the person's full address. Right? Wouldn't we all love that? Can you imagine? I mean, how about spot on evidence? Well, do you know why Albert Best got everybody's addresses? Because Albert Best was a postman. So Albert Best knew how to receive addresses because those pathways were already laid in his mind. So when people say, how do I get more evidence? You don't get it by reaching out and trying to snatch it and kind of drag people out of the spirit world by the toes. You get it by developing the pathways within yourself to receive it. So when we did storytelling, we worked on the art of storytelling every day. And some of the people here today who took this class with me went out every day and picked up stories and paid attention to all of the little million stories that are going on around us in everybody's moment and all day, every day, and started developing the pathways to understand that's not just a man with a dog. You start to look at what's the relationship between that dog. What could the story be with this man who has this dog? There's a whole rich story there behind it. And you stop and you pay attention. And you pay attention to the person's story. And when we do that, and when we live that in our normal life, that naturally emerges in our mediumship without us even having to try. So the question is not, how do I get more evidence in my mediumship? It's how do I pay attention? How do I pay attention to the world around me in such a way that the spirit world knows I can understand that to then give it to me? Right?